The angle solver inside of my parkour calculator is solve this entire map if you just define the constraints as well as the jump ticks. Let me show you how it is able to do that, because this map is really not trivial. So first of all, this task was created by Yundrant, and what he did is he defined constraints. For example, we see tick 24 has a constraint, tick 26 has a constraint, and he did that pretty much for the entire task, all the way down to tick 886. Beside that, he also defined where the player or the simulation has to press space. So this is given. And here in the middle, we have 3 ticks where we sneak, since we tell the angle solver to force 45s, which kind of means go as fast as possible. It will just remove these sneak ticks, but sneaking here is required at a specific point there to get under a ceiling. So those are the 3 only ticks that were set by hand, besides the space. But yes, based on the constraints, the angle solver is able to find angles to solve this map as optimal as it is able to do that. And now let me show you what I mean by constraints. So let me expand this real quick. Now let me set some inputs. I will show now how Yundrant most likely did it. Now we have the trajectory here with W press and sprinting. And what we are able to see here, we always jump on the first tick possible, except here. Here we are running apparently 3 ticks. So let's take a look at tick 24. Tick 24 is the landing tick. So this tick has to be above a block. And in this case, Yundrant said Z has to be smaller equal minus 5.7001, which is exactly this edge. The 1 at the end makes it to go on top of this edge. This forces the solver now to optimize onto this block first. Now we have more constraints here, and I can tell you what it tries to do. It tries to get onto this block. This is a shortcut here. This map is heavily shortcutted. It was actually designed to have incredibly hard shortcuts that save a lot of time. This is a very cursed map, but essentially you want to go here straight. This is a really hard jump. This is a 5-1. And for this, we also need multiple run ticks, as you see here. So, because this strat is quite a bit more difficult, I will go through the constraints one by one and then afterwards explain why they are used. So first we have tick 26, and this constrains the algorithm to stay on this edge where I am standing right now. So it does not fall backwards down. Then we have tick 38. We are still on top of this block. Tick 38 is all the way there, but this is still meant to be on this block. And tick 38 defines now not to overjump this edge and to stay behind this edge. So the player is forced to stay in this quadrant where I move my cursor pretty much. And finally, we have tick 52. 52 now says the player has to be on this block. This is what is defined. And what this forces the algorithm to do is first get onto this block, then go backwards to gather momentum, but don't fall down from this block, and then get as much momentum as you can onto basically this corner right here and fulfill the constraint of landing here. This is pretty much what Yundrant told the solver to do, and he has done that for the entire course. And of course, you would not go through this course and define all the constraints first and then click solve. You would define these constraints, see if it's plausible, solve, and then continue from there and just move through the course like this. But the algorithm is strong enough, let me remove those inputs again, that it can resolve all the constraints, all the ticks, all the inputs within 6 seconds and solve the entire map. And this is really mind-blowing and incredible, I think. Now let me show you the task made by Yundrant, not by me. Big shout out to him. And once again, this task is also, or the map also, or better said, the route taken in this map is not trivial at all. This is humanly not possible to do this route, because at the end, you would see there's a triple 45. We have the 5-1 at the start. We have the 4x3 there. We have this really precise movement through the cobweb, around the cobweb. Here's the 45. And if you don't get the 45, which is very likely, you will just fall and lose all of your time. Pretty much funny meme map. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.